Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to J Wall Sports. We are back here with another episode.
Another. Hey, Pistol,
This,
our receiver, hit my line. Hit my line.
what is up with you in this? When you bench your seasoned veteran quarterback this late in the season, it's sending a message to the team.
Then goes out, and now they want to play with some heart. They want to play with some effort.
I see why Doc got fired. If you're not gonna make the adjustments as a coach, you need to go up and get up out of here.
Wentz has regressed, and it's a mental. I mean,
Disclaimer: he might have some outrageous, Max Kellerman type, things to say today. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to J Wall Sports. As always, I'm your boy, Lamar Wiley Jr. I'm here with my guy, Nyshawn Anderson. How you doing?
yes, sir. I'm good, man. First episode. I think without the do-rag, man. Feeling a little different.
This is the first episode without the do-rag. I want to say for all of season 2. You've been looking real. You was hiding. I can't say you've been looking real rough, but you was hiding the roughness under the do-rag. And now we switch roles. Like you done got the fresh cut, everything, and
Sure, I need one though. I need one. It's a little rough, but
dude, you need one. I need one.
Man, look.
I'm looking real rough over here, man. And I need to go get a cut, but I just been working so hard. Like I told you, I've been working harder than the alcoholic liver. But it's all good though. Next episode, I'm gonna come back right. But
show me too.
For sure. But it's the halfway point in the NBA. I didn't think it was. I knew they'd make it this far. I just didn't know like all the obstacles, bumps, and bruises that was gonna be on the way. And first thing I want to say is I just want my props because I called it that there were positive tests going into the All-Star break between Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Luckily, it was caught before, or this could have been real worse. But I just like to say that I called it, and I still don't think the NBA should have did it. But because they highlighted HBCUs and HBCUs got a whole bunch of money, I'm gonna let it go. Yep.
Hey, other leagues and organizations, where y'all at? Step up.
Yeah, but so halfway point. First thing we're gonna do, me and Nashawn, we're gonna do something we call the halfway awards. First off, we got Rookie of the Year. Who you got?
I got that ball, boy. Cause that boy
That
been
boy
ball.
Hey, yes, sir.
I mean, look, Rookie of the Month for his conference 2 times in a row. So it's like, and he just brings something new and exciting to Charlotte that's been lacking, even with Kimber was there. Like, just excitement in Charlotte. It's actually entertaining to watch the Hornets play.
Right, like this is the first year that I'm like, yo, the Hornets play. Ooh, I can actually watch this game. Let me sit down and watch this game because I know Melo's gonna put on a show. It's another thing I called. So Melo Ball Rookie of the Year. I stamped this beginning of the season, so I'm waiting for it. Also, LaMelo Ball, he is top 5 in the league, not just among rookies, but in the league in steals. And he hooping. Ever since he been a starter, he been getting buckets every game.
And Charlotte's in a 3-way tie for 6 right now, and they could easily be top 5 in the East.
It really though, just the way the East is structured, they really could be top 5 in the East. But when you look at it overall, man, no other rookie is touching him. And just in when you look at the stack, he's averaging 15 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, 6 assists a game, and he's shooting 46% from the field, which is the one thing that a lot of scouts were questioning, is how his shooting was going to translate to the NBA.
And shoot,
So
Mike said it himself. He's when NBA prepared him, he thought he was gonna be
yeah, he also said that that they were he's expe ex
experienced.
no, he's exceeding all expectations that
Since
the Charlotte organization had for him. Don't know why I struggle with that word, but it could become a really tight race now with the second half. You do have Tyrese Halliburton who
he's hooping. He's
hooping.
hooping.
He is hooping. Anthony Edwards.
Sense to play from him, but he's getting there.
Yeah, I just in my head I ball brother in the West because that boy Lonzo.
And the crazy thing is, like when you said his name, that's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yes, that is the very first thing that popped in my head, and it was just whoo. That was it's scary to think about. Jeez, whew.
And what's that song? Body to body. That's what it was. Body to body.
or that it's an old rock song. And they was like, let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah. I
That's
remember that one.
exactly what
I
they
remember that from
did.
elementary school, boy. Right.
Exactly. All right. So what we got next now, Sean?
Shoot, you want to go most improved player? Who you got?
Ooh, that's the other ball brother in the West. Cause that boy Lonzo has been hooping lately for the Pelicans, man. And it's a very tight race here, but I'm going with Lonzo just because he's never had a consistent role when playing since he got into the league. His first year with the Lakers, he was the primary ball handler, primary scorer. Then the next year they got LeBron, he had to play off ball. Then he had to go to the Pelicans. Then he was again another primary, trying to be another primary scorer for that team. They really weren't mixing well. And then now this year, he has a consistent role. And another point, remember last year after Kendrick Perkins called him out, his play started improving because his role started being more consistent. He was a primary scorer with him and Drew Holiday and BI. Those three were mixing pretty well. And then when I got to the bubble, it all fell off again because his role changed because we saw how dominant Zion was. Now he's learning to play with Zion, BI, uh, Drew Holiday is gone, so he's carrying more of that role that Drew Holiday had, and his numbers are improving. Last year he averaged 11 points. This year he averaged 14 points. His rebounds have went down two from 6 to 4, but that's because you have Zion and you have the guy they got from OKC, and he both of them have really been eating. But his assists have also went down, but that's because he's playing more off the ball now, which is because Zion and Bi are both playing more on ball, which I knew was going to take him a while to get used to because he's always been a primary scorer and his role has been changing every year. You can't change a player's role every year. Look at some of the other players who've had consistent role that were in his draft class, but they're having more success. um, Jason Tatum, same draft class, consistent role, more success. His counterpart before he left LA, Kuz, consistent role, more success. So I think the more he's in this stable role with the Pelicans and Stan Van Gundy's offense, we're going to see him improve. And like I said, the shooting is improving as we see because he was shooting 40% last year and now he's shooting 43%. The jumper looks extremely better. And it's just overall, it's more a polished game.
I was not expecting you to say that, but get a little argument. I looked at you for a second, hope you realize, like, bro, why you making that face? But I don't know.
I did, but I just didn't want to stop. My fault.
It's all good. It's all good. And some people want to be blind to who the actual most improved player is, and it's okay.
I'm blind.
It's all right.
So who's the most improved player?
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah. Boston Celtics. Averaging 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Surely become one of the best two-way players we have in the league. Basically creating a Tatum with a duo with him and Tatum. His numbers improved every year. This is why I kind of compared him to. Not the same kind of quality, but let me talk. Jimmy Butler. I compared him to Jimmy Butler. A really good defensive player. And slowly each year his offense has improved. Now Jimmy Butler's more the big body, I take you to the paint, get a bucket. Jimmy Butler can get them free throws, easy money. Now Brown's a little more versatile, a little more agile. He can get to the hoop, cross you up, hit the little J. He's gonna come back and lock you up on the defense end, the same way Jimmy Butler does. His role kind of took a setback 2018 when Hayward came in, but each year his offensive game has been improving. Averaging 24 points. Kemba's been off and on a little bit. He's trying to kind of catch his groove. And if it wasn't for Tatum and Brown, where would the Celtics be right now?
At the bottom of the East.
All right, man. Most improved, man. He had to step up. He's stepping it up.
You make a really good argument, but I can't agree with you on that. Only because we knew the talent was there from the jump with Jaylen Brown. Since his rookie year to now, we've seen the growth year by year by year. But people were calling Lonzo Ball a bust. They said bro need to be out the league. They said bro will never touch his brother and LaMelo. And he's been proving the doubters wrong. He literally, and this from, well, I watched Ball in the Family, so I'm a little closer ties to them. But he said that he wanted to work on finishing and shooting so he can help this team. He's worked on finishing. He's worked on shooting. They're helping his team. He's always been a top 10 defender since he got into the league. And we know playing that point guard position, it's a battle every night. So for him to go from being a bust to being a really good role player on a team that has a lot of potential, I think that it's a clear front that he's got to be your most improved player, because he's improving not just statistically, but improving on how everybody views him. We all knew that Jaylen Brown was going to be something special. It was just a matter of time before the game slows down for him.
So what's the difference with Lonzo? Game's starting to slow down for him.
No, Lonzo, I don't think that the game is slowing down for Lonzo. I think since probably year 2, year 3, the game slowed down for Lonzo enough for him to be effective. He just got no respect on jumpers. Like 2 years ago, if Lonzo Ball caught the ball on the 3-point line, guys would be looking at him and be like, man, shoot that. That's top tier disrespect. If they go like this and shoot that, top tier disrespect. How they do Russell Westbrook, that's how they were doing Lonzo Ball. They look at him like, shoot that. I don't got no faith in you. Now they closing out. Jaylen Brown has never had that. People have always the league has always respected Jaylen Brown's ability to shoot from outside, inside, attack the basket. It's always been an all-time high.
Man, you got it,
now
bro.
Go there.
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree, man. We ain't gonna hold up the people.
We gonna see at the end of the year who right.
For sure.
All right. Bet. All right. So moving on to what we got next. Coach of the year. Who you got?
Tom Thibodeau.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
You got the same thing.
The last segment you was on some, I don't know what you was on, but you was on something else. But this segment, you done got your act together. I agree with you. Go ahead. Tell us why Tyler Thibodeau is gonna be coach of the year.
My act been together. I mean, look, the Knicks, I want to say they haven't been nothing, but they haven't been nothing for a while now. I mean, Melo did his thing when he was there. He, tried to get the team over the hump. But the way I was not expecting the Knicks to play this well and look this good at the halfway point of the season. To be fifth, I mean, he's also added some pieces like D Rose. He got some young bigs with Obi Toppin. And shoot, that dog Julius Randle's been hooping. I was gonna throw him the most improved too, but you pick and choose your battle sometimes.
Yeah, I understand you. Man, I completely agree with you. Tom Thibodeau's coach of the year. Tom Thibodeau, since leaving Mount Spiral, none of his teams have been good since. Well, really since D Rose got injured. We just gonna put it out there. None of his teams have been good since D Rose has been injured. The Knicks have not made the playoffs since 2003, and like I said, they're ranked 5th right now. So playoff hopes are very alive right now. This team is really gelling on, Obi Toppin, he's playing really good. Julius Randle playing really good. My guy from Duke. Oh wow, I just forgot his name. I see his face too. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, but all the players that they have, they're playing really, and they're number 3 in rebounds. So this team they're on pace to stay in the playoffs, especially in the East. We know the East it's not all that right now. They're getting some more power. Well, they got a lot more power now because of the Nets, but it's spreading out. It's starting to look really good. And they've defeated some very impressive teams. They beat Milwaukee. They've beaten Utah. They've beaten Boston, Golden State, and Portland, while being the 11th youngest team in the NBA. So it's only up from there for this team.
And another thing I want to add, kind of in my notes, like New York is a superstar away from being a really competitive team.
Yeah, especially them being in a big market town city, that they're really a superstar away, and I think them making the playoffs this year will attract that superstar.
Yeah, for sure.
Or that superstar could be already on the team. Who knows?
Hey, I mean, they got some young pieces right now, so
you're right. A lot of nice young pieces. So especially who they got at the 5, Mitchell Robinson. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with down low. Just wait on it.
No, I know.
Tell me what's next, man. Tell me what's next.
Top dog, MVP.
The King. That's who it is. That's who it is every year. The King.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say
that. Man in LA. King James. Goat James. I don't even know why that's a conversation. MVP. Because as he MVP every year. Actually, he got robbed last year. We really want to talk about it. He was clearly robbed last year.
I agree.
So it's only natural that whoever is voting, which they need to let me vote. They need to let somebody who's not biased vote. Because I'm gonna tell the truth every year.
You sound a little biased, but I know you're off the camera. You're a little biased for James. Tell the truth now. Since he's just that. Truth.
I am, because he's just that nice.
I agree.
I can't be biased when the product is as well as I speak of it.
I agree.
I mean, think about it. Year 18, 25 points, 8 rebounds, dang on there, 8 assists with 7.8, and he's shooting 50%. Went on that little losing streak, and his team has still got the 3rd best record in the NBA. And everybody talks at how bad that he performed during that 4-game losing streak, or when they weren't winning as much as they should have been. But let's talk about this. With Joel Embiid in the 76ers, take away Ben Simmons and take away Tobias Harris. How well is he gonna perform? Nikola Jokic. You take away what's their point guard name?
Jamal
Um,
Murray.
yeah, you take away Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. How well is his team gonna perform? Curry, you already took away Clay, and we seen how they played with Draymond at the beginning of the year. It was terrible. Damian Lillard, you already took away CJ. You already took away Yusuf Nurkic. I don't know what more you could take away from him, and their team is not performing any better than the Lakers. So tell me why that LeBron should not be the MVP. I'll wait.
Mm. My MVP was Dame Dollar.
And you had the audacity to say I was biased.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers aren't biased. Agree?
Got less rebounds than LeBron, about the same amount of assists as LeBron, and his shooting is worse than LeBron's.
He's putting up more shots.
As far as that, take better
I
shot
mean,
selections.
what does that got to do? He's candy change. CJ's not playing. Nurkic's not playing. He's still averaging 8 assists. Averaging about 30, the same amount of points as Curry.
You're right. And where is his team at in the West?
5th.
You're not getting it with fifth.
Without them pieces.
You're not getting it with fifth.
It doesn't matter.
If he come back and he still keep this same pace with Yusuf Nurkic and CJ McCollum back, if he keeps up this same pace and they emerge to be the second or the first in the West, I can give it to him. But I can only work with the product that I see.
Okay, so plain and simple. What, 2 years ago? There was in the Western Conference Finals, right? Without Damian Lillard, where would it be? Would they have made the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago?
We'll never know.
No, you know.
I can't talk about an if scenario. Look, I'm gonna tell you. If my dad said if was a fifth, we all be messed up. We can't base everything off of if. Shoot, what if LeBron didn't get hurt that 1 year where he pulled his hamstring? The Lakers probably would have made it to the playoffs. Can't play the if scenario.
I'm just saying.
What if KD never got hurt? He'd still probably be on the Warriors. Well, probably not. There was a lot of beef there. What if he never went to the Golden State? We never know. Can't play the if scenario. I can only talk about the product that they put out there. And from the product that's being put out there, I don't see nobody playing better than LeBron James right now.
Okay.
We're going to see. We going to see. All right, man.
Yeah, I got it.
Don't shake your head like that.
No.
I know it's difficult to be a Portland fan with LeBron in the West. It's very hard. Hey, look, Nate McMillan can tell you better than anybody. His luck is just terrible, and part of that is because he got to play LeBron. He had to play LeBron in East for most of his coaching career. Paul George can tell you the same thing. Playing with LeBron in your conference and easy.
Okay, I mean, that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. This is why
I'm just saying, you sit here like you're acting like. I'm not saying Dame doesn't deserve it, neither does LeBron. I mean, I said that completely wrong. or neither one of these players aren't deserving of the trophy, but he was the same person last year talking about, I'm scared to play the Blazers. In the first round, right?
Because I got respect for that shooting.
But because of who? Because of who, though?
Dame and CJ.
You were scared of Dame's first name. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, I have respect for y'all overall because it's I was more so scared because we haven't seen this team fully healthy in so long that there's no film on them. The past 2-3 years, all the film is ISO ball from Dame and CJ. Pretty much, you seen as soon as they had Yusuf Nurkic, the ball movement was crazy on that court. And then you add Carmelo to that mix. And then Anthony Simons was starting to play. And then Gary Trent Jr. was starting to play. There's no film on this team. That's what makes me scared.
So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on from the
Move on.
conversation. Blake back to the Nets. Blake's found a new home. This weekend, Blake Griffin signed a deal for the rest of the season with the Brooklyn Nets after being brought up by the Detroit Pistons this past weekend. Rumors say he will come off the bench and play behind DeAndre Jordan. Is there any team in the East that can be a threat to keep the Nets from making the finals?
Man, I don't know. This is a team that is first in points per game, but they're really lacking defense. And this may be the first time that defense don't win championships. Just because this is such a prolific offense, and it's not even at its full form because this was very difficult.
Didn't they pick up Shumpert though? I don't know if he's played yet.
I think they released him. They picked him up, then they released him.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So I don't know, but
I
do
really
like.
don't. Go ahead. My bad.
Okay, I was gonna say I like the idea of him coming off the bench though, because a lot of people are saying he ain't got it no more. What he don't got is the athleticism, but what he do got, he got a little jumper. He got a little jumper now, and then he did carry that Pistons team to the playoffs last year. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be very tough for a team to beat them. But if I had to pick somebody, I don't even know who to pick.
See, I was thinking the same thing. I was saying maybe Boston because they can maybe keep up with them
maybe
keep up with them
Boston.
in scoring. But that's even
I
hard
think
because Kemba's
I
been
think Boston.
inconsistent.
Go ahead.
Tatum and Brown, they may have all shooting night. I don't see an all shooting night from KD, Harden, or Kyrie. They're gonna be hitting, and even then they got no boy
Not
Joe
all in
Harris.
one game.
Exactly. One can have 40, the other one can have 25.
I think Boston has got to be the best matchup for them. But I don't think Boston is ready for that matchup. Because Boston, you think you can put Marcus Smart on James Harden. You can put Kemba on Kyrie. You can who else am I missing? You can put JT and Jaylen Brown on KD. And then you got Tice to bang down low with DeAndre Jordan. But that's tough. They have the best matchup for them. I don't see Philly being able to match up with them that well.
Yeah, I don't see it either. One thing I say that Boston might have an edge is a bench play.
Yeah, that's what BG coming off the benches will help a lot. Because the Nets, they always keep one of the two, or when they're all playing together, which we've rarely seen, which is wow. They always keep two of them on the floor at the same time.
That's what I was saying. Even then, like even with the bench play, you shouldn't have 1 to 3 or 2 to 3 all-stars out there on the court. So
yeah. I want to say Miami can do it too.
I don't see Miami having enough scoring though. They can stop you, but they ain't gonna put the ball in the hoop.
The only reason I think they'd be able to do it, James Harden don't play defense. That's really James Harden and Kyrie are going to be their two weakest links because they got to chase them guards. And Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. But they haven't been having a shooting performance like they had last year, which is the
Yeah.
only thing that's like really getting me right now about picking them. But you gotta think like they do have Avery Bradley, so that's some defense right there. You got Patrick Beverly, that's some really good defense right there. And I also think if they would have had Boston's gonna be that team. Or if Embiid take if the Sixers play them, Embiid is gonna have to take his game to a whole new level. And I think statistically, I think they could do it because Doc Rivers is their coach. As
Mm.
Doc Rivers is he's very smart. I think he could scheme up something for that. But I'm not sure because like we're talking about a whole bunch of if scenarios right now. So
You never gonna know.
yeah, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting.
Hey man, go ahead and what's next, man?
Yeah. All right. So the Domantas Sabonis was crowned the skills champion. Since 2016, four big men, including Sabonis, have won the skills challenge. Does this change with this win? Does this change the role of the big man forever?
I don't know about that forever, but the big man role has been changing over, the last decade or two. There's been a lot of changes. Big man that can stretch the floor, playmaking, shooting. That's becoming the new big. Call it a small ball lineup, but nobody's actually that small out there. It's not your typical big man that we're used to seeing. I believe this is a new form of the big man that we'll see for a long time until the next change of the NBA happens. So I don't know about forever, but for right now and for a while to come, yeah.
I see. That's why I'm gonna disagree with you on that, man. I think the role of the big man is starting to change. Because let's
I mean,
look
I
at it.
agree.
Yeah, in 2021, Sabonis won it. In 2020, Bam Adebayo won it. In 2017, Kristaps Porzingis won the award. And in 2016, Karl Anthony Towns won the award. All of them are like they're all within your top big men in the league right now. Minus Sabonis. But Porzingis is we all know Porzingis is an emerging star. If he could stay healthy, Cat, if he could get some help, that would really boost the star power that he has on the Timberwolves. Bam, we seen what Bam did in the playoffs last year. Especially he dominated and how he could guard almost any position. And then you have Joel Embiid. And the other day I saw Joel Embiid do a step back three and
That was
cash
smooth too.
that thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That was smooth too.
Right. I ain't never seen a big man step back three look so smooth. And then you got Jokic too. And then we just talked about your big man from Portland. Like Yusuf Nurkic, like a lot of these big men can step out. They can pass the ball. And when you look at the big men of the past era, you have your Shaq, you have your Kareem, you have Will even throw Will Chamberlain in there too. And they would Tim Duncan, they was all 10 and in. If you stepped out to take a three, next and come on, have a seat next to coach. What is you doing?
So
Right. Like imagine if KG went out there with Doc Rivers and he took a three. Perk, man, go get KG, man. What's he doing out there?
what are you doing, KG?
Exactly. Like it's changing, and I don't I don't think they're gonna want to go back because think about it. Your guards get to the basket 10 times easier if you're big and stretching the floor. It's a lot more easier to switch when your center is essentially can guard 1 through 5. I think this is gonna be the new of the NBA. And I honestly don't like it. Personally, I love a good outside inside game from from the guards all the way to your small forwards, shooting the three and getting some post ups, attacking the basket to your bigs, just dominating down low. But I do like the thought of them, shooting. I like it, but I I like for teams to have like a good medium. Like Joel Embiid, thanks to Doc Rivers, he has a really good median now. You know, he'll shoot the three sometimes, but then the next possession, like yo, it's back to the basket because I got a baby on me.
Yeah,
So I think it's gonna change, and I think a big man like Shaquille O'Neal is gonna be a thing of the past.
I agree. Now next, this week, next was the 3-point contest, and this weekend, Steph Curry put on a shooting clinic. As he took home the 3-point challenge trophy, although Curry won, he had to hit two of his 3-point shots, make all but 4 out of 5 baskets on his last rack to finish with a score of 28 to beat Mike Conley. After the game, he said, "Splash Bros are back." This one goes out to Klay Thompson. How do you like the addition of the Mountain Dew 3-point shot in the contest?
I love it only because you got players like Steph, Bron. I'm gonna throw in there Damian Lillard. They got that range on them, man. Even if you just look at the All Star game, man, how many times did Steph and Damian Lillard just take one step across that half court line and let that thing fly, and it was in
Pew!
exactly like, and they're doing it so effortless now. I like the implement of it because why
It's a
not? I
challenge.
mean, yeah, it's a challenge. If you can't hit it, you failed the challenge. You better hit all the other ones. And better hope everybody else missed too. And in Steph's case, he made both of them, and then
Yeah, it
it,
helped them win.
yeah, it ultimately helped them win. And I like it because they made it more interesting. So I like the addition of it. I could see them extending the whole thing back a couple feet though.
Yeah, I can see that too, but the only thing is like that time restraint is what else is gonna make it a challenge too? Because if you go back a little bit further, you got to come back up. You got to try to finish because you never know who's coming up behind you.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's really interesting though. It's
yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
like how the NBA is constantly trying to make the All Star something very interesting. You know, especially like how they did the All Star game. Very interesting. How they added the Mountain Dew 3-point shot to the game. Very interesting. And something? You want to know something else that's very interesting?
go ahead.
How they made this rule now in the dunk contest, where when you pick your winner, you don't get to see the score no more. You just see the name, which is wild. And speaking of the dunk contest, I was just talking about him earlier. Your guard, Anthony Simons, was crowned this year's NBA dunk champion as he pretty much kissed the rim to seal the deal. Some people say that Nick Ford, Obi Toppin should have won. Who do you think should have been crowned this year's NBA champion?
I believe Anthony should have won it, plain and simple. But I do believe Cassius Stanley was robbed from the get go, which kind of took away from the entertainment and the people centrics that were watching it. And then Ob, he kind of did the same dunk Zach Levine did it once the same week as All Star Weekend. So it's just like, show me something else, big man. I just seen somebody else do that, and he can jump higher than you.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony Simons should have definitely should have won. He was the most creative out of everybody in the competition. Now, um, Cassius Stanley, my boy from Duke, Brotherhood. Uh, that
Oh,
dunk.
hold on, pause. Yep, y'all ready for the NIT?
You
Carry
you
on. My
took
bad.
it
My
there.
bad.
You took it there.
My bad. My
It's
bad.
okay. It's okay. We having a down year, bounce back year next year though. Watch. So he his dunk was very underrated. He he put his leg. He put the ball between the same leg that he jumped off of. Which I don't know if you know how difficult that is. I've tried that before. That is extreme. I tried it on a 8.5 foot goal and I couldn't even do it. And this was back when I was younger. This was back when
I
I was
need
younger.
video. I need video of that. Please put that on the channel. Please.
No. That's lost in the memories
Please.
almost.
I'll submit that to Chef and the Fool right there, boy.
Oh no. We're not gonna do myself like that. But that dunk was very underrated. Obi Toppin's dunk was very. It was that dunk was very. That was a very great dunk. The only problem with that dunk is we just saw Zach LaVine do it last week. That's the only problem with it. And we didn't see Zach LaVine do it last week. The hype behind that dunk would have been like way better. Now,
And then also,
go ahead.
the second dunk Cassius Stanley tried to do that looked crazy. Like if he was able to successfully make that dunk, he would have gave Anthony Ruffin his money in the finals, I believe.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So that's what I was saying though. So Anthony Simon's creativity out of this world. I like the tribute to T Mac, but when they put that mini hoop up there, I was like, I said, what is he doing? I said, hey, it's no when they set the ball up there too, I was like, it's no way he's gonna go get that. I've never seen him go to the basket and like really poster somebody. Yeah, I always see him, being in that point guard role, handling the rock, distributing the ball, shooting the three. I did not know that he could get up like that.
Oh
That
yeah. Oh yeah.
underrated springs, really underrated spring. He went and got that with E. I think he could have went up, grabbed it, did a back scratch on his way down, and he would have blew the internet up. That
Oh
I did
no
not know
doubt.
he had that much bounce.
Yeah, but bouncy. One thing I do wish they add to the dunk contest though is add some of these professional dunkers, man. That be
I was
make
just
it.
gonna say that to make it interesting, add some of these professional dunkers because that's the problem we have now. When Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon went at it, they did things we have never seen before. Since then, these professional dunkers are doing everything. I've seen somebody bounce the ball, jump past the rim, and dunk it behind their back. Like it's ridiculous, yeah. So I think putting some of these professional dunkers in the game in the dunk contest will make some of these other players actually think about like, like I'm not gonna let some some dude off the street come into our league and beat and out dunk us and stop. Oh nah, you're not gonna see it. And I think the first 2-3 years we gonna see that these professional dunkers gonna come in and they's gonna just do the NBA filthy with the
And
creativity.
they can do that in the 3-point too. Add my boy Lethal Shooter in there. Famous lows. People like that, man.
Oh,
That would make the contest so much more interesting than it already is.
hey, I feel you. I ain't feeling you too much on famous lows. He he
I
a,
just
he
I
a
just
hooper.
seen it. I just seen
Yeah,
because he'll always be
yeah,
talking. I'll be following. So.
I feel you on that. But lethal shooter, I seen him do some things with a basketball that I don't think nobody else could do. Bro nailed a basket up to a wooden pole. Was
I
water
just
with
seen
that
that.
thing.
Just seen that too.
He was water with that thing. I think he probably outshoot Curry.
Mm, I would love to see that though. See, that's the thing.
Yeah,
They gotta add that.
yeah.
It's not even a 3-point
Add some
contest. Just have them
right.
shoot. First one to miss lose.
I want a 3-point contest. First one to miss loses. Too simple. Or they should make a play 100. You know what 100 is?
Nah, tell me. Need that
All right.
information.
So it's like you shoot, but two people. We'll just do it two people because it's easy. Two people shoot from the 3-point line, and so say like if it's me and you, right? I make the first shot. That's 10 on the board. You miss, you got 10 points. First person to get to 100 loses. So like if me and you both make three in a row, that's 60 points on the board. So then if I miss, I got 60 points now, added to whatever score I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh. You better
that
hit the NBA inbox and get it popping.
y'all need to hire me. Hire me. I promise you, I make everything gonna be views is gonna be on 100,000. Ticket sales especially ticket sales. I make ticket sales be on 100,000.
You know,
Hey
long
man,
as I'm courtside, I'm good.
hey, you already know I'm gonna drop you a ticket at will call. I got you.
All right, all right,
I don't know.
all right,
I
man.
don't know if I can make you courtside, but I get you a special pass so like you down there with everybody.
I know I need courtside, dog.
Bro, you know how hard it is to get courtside seats in the All-Star game?
You can put me down with the media.
I said I'm gonna get you a special pass.
Nah, I need to be sitting next
I'm
to
gonna try to
LeBron.
get you on the base. I'm gonna try to get you on the baseline. So like you be like, like Brian be right here. You be like, yo, what's good, Brian? I'm gonna look
For real,
out.
I need to be sitting beside Rihanna. No cap, like baby girl.
All right, son,
It's All-Star Weekend. You only experience it
son,
once a year.
son,
I'm just saying.
son. You know what? I'm not. I'm not even going. We're not even gonna talk about that, man. Go to the next topic. Go to the next topic.
Oh man, but shoot, like you just said, man, All-Star. It was an All-Star game, and it was a lot going on during the All-Star game.
It
I mean,
was.
Team LeBron about to boom with them winning all 4 quarters of the All-Star game against Team Durant. Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard were shooting on another level for Team LeBron as he could buy 16 of 30 from the 3-point line. And many of them are logo shots, out the gym kind of shots. Although the two marksmen put on a phenomenal shooter performance, Milwaukee's Bucks All-Star Giannis Antetokounmpo took home the Kobe Bryant MVP award and is the first person to finish an All-Star game without missing any field goal attempts out of players who took more than 10 shots. Where Stephen Dane robbed of the MVP?
Were they robbed? I don't know, man. 16 for 16. I they rightfully they put on the best performance of the night, but you got to reward 16 for 16. It's like the first time when Russell Westbrook averaged a triple double. Was he really the MVP of the league that year? No, but you got to reward him for putting up historical numbers. So I think yeah, I'm gonna say they were robbed. They were robbed, sort of not robbed. It's very hard. I mean, 16 for 16, and it won't just all late. Granted, okay, like 9 of them were like uncontested layups, but he did shoot.
Mm-hmm.
He did shoot the three, so I
One,
feel like
one,
that
one,
counts for
three.
something.
And he
It was
surprised
more than
himself.
one
And
three. It was three of
he's,
them.
I only saw one, and the one I seen, he surprised himself. He said, "Oh yeah."
Now he had one that went off. He had two that went off the glass. He had one in the corner that was like nothing but net.
Yeah, I seen the corner one. That's what I'm talking about. He was like, "Oh, okay, I like that one."
Right. That I need him to chill. I need him to put some ice cream on that arm, cool off, because he don't need to start doing that.
But
He
shoot, damn and Steph though, they was on the same team. I feel like they was battling each other, dog.
anything you can do, I can do better.
Now Dane, he did pull up right at the half court line and was split at
To end the game.
in the
He
game.
he said, "I got a flight to catch."
And before he even shot it, Steph was like, "All right, good night." We gone.
Right. They knew what they was doing. They was like, all right, yeah, good night, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Like,
It was over, man.
disrespectful. Overall, the way they did Team Durant was disrespectful.
I mean, they had injuries too, but it was disrespectful though.
Yeah, I don't think Joel Embiid would have changed the fact of how bad they would have did that. Now, if you
Kevin
say,
Durant,
yeah, okay, see, that's what I was about to say.
Anthony
Now,
Davis,
yeah, I was about to say, like, Anthony Davis, he didn't even pick Anthony Davis because we all knew Anthony Davis was playing from the get. So Anthony Davis wasn't even like a player you can pick from. So we don't. If Anthony Davis was a player we could pick from, I don't think Giannis would have went first. I think Brian would have been like, "Yo, I got to get my man's AD." But I don't know, man. With Kevin Durant, I don't think it would have been that bad. It would have been like a 10-point loss. But
I say they lost by 20. Kevin Durant can average 20, 25 now.
Yeah, but I think it would have been a 10-point loss.
Then from Embiid too, that's another 10 to 15 points right there. That's a game.
Yeah, but you also gotta look like Team Durant was there to play. Too. They didn't have a lot of stars, and they didn't look like they was there to play. Even when like Zion was going up for a dunk, at least like players on Team LeBron, they was like, "Oh, I got my hands up. I'm gonna put my hand there a little bit. Like I'm gonna mess with you a little bit." And Team Durant was just like, click, 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 click. They was just as amused as I was.
That's true. I think that has to do with them. I don't want to say not wanting to be there, but not having their full interest into the game with everything the pandemic surrounded them.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. They weren't the only one. LeBron was the same way with him only playing 13 minutes.
I was about to say LeBron only played about 10, 12 minutes.
Hey, but me, as a LeBron fan, yes, sir. Great job, GM Brian.
Yeah, I did see that as a game. The GM, I can see that though.
Yeah. I mean, my man, he got not one, not two, but 4 consecutive wins as a captain. You don't know why? He gonna be a GM when he retires. He gonna be the first person in NBA to own the team and be the GM.
You think he going back home to take over Cleveland?
Man, first of all, he would, but the owner for Cleveland and the GM, they do not rock with Bron. They only rock with Bron because he the greatest player of all time. Debatable is not debatable. I
will say though, this I always tell people: LeBron is the greatest all-around player we have seen to this day.
That's hands down. We know that, but I'm gonna take it 10, 30 steps forward and be like, he's the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball.
I'll say to this day because you don't know who's coming next. Well, look, that's all we got, folks.
To this day,
I'm not about to hold y'all up with this man's thoughts and opinions and biased thoughts. So tune in.
I know you're not talking, but you started off with the thoughts, opinions, and blasphemy. But hey, you know what? To each his own, man. Hey, that's all we got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the show. Next episode, we got some great MVP talks. We're gonna talk about the JJ Watt trade, the Wentz. Not trade, but the signing of JJ Watt, the Wentz trade. Who needs a quarterback? Because it's a lot of teams out there. And
we're talking about LeBron being GMs. We have to do our little mock draft and get y'all boys ready.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. GM Lamarck and GM Nyshawn on the way. Yes, yeah. Drew Brees posted a video look like the boy coming back. That's also gonna be on there. And will Russell Westbrook stay in Seattle? I don't know, man. We don't know either. But we're going to talk about it next time when we catch you guys on J-Wall Sports. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's going to be somewhere up here. I'd be forgetting where it be at. It's going to be somewhere up there. But, hey, hit that thing, and we out.
We out.